Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today for your Sunday, it's going to be a match from Katowice 2021, which was actually the 2020 World Championship for StarCraft 2. This is a game that I missed because I woke up a little bit late. This is from Reynor and Maru's best of 5 quarterfinals match. Well, quarterfinals series. And I came in right after this game, and the announcers were going nuts over it. So hopefully it will live up to an epic billing. We will see. So top left is our Italian stallion. It is Reynor. He's a red Zerg player, and he is terrifying. And in the bottom right, it is a blue Terran, who's Maru, who is, again, terrifying. A 5-time GSL winner. Is that what Maru is? Like, he's... Do not mess with Maru, for he is quick to anger, and he is hard to kill. I think that... So the defining characteristic for Reynor is you can harm his economy to a huge extent, and it feels like it doesn't matter. I know Zergs have the ability to recover from economic damage better than maybe other races do. But Reynor, it's like you could show up and kill 50 of his his drones at the 5-minute mark, and he's like, yeah, it's fine. Recover, no big deal. I don't understand how he does it. I need to figure this out. And then Maru can be knocked down to his final 2 bases with no income whatsoever, and like 4 Marauders and 2 Marines, and just be impossible to kill. So I'm looking forward to both of these players bashing faces against each other right here, because I think it's going to be amazing. And I'm really, really looking forward to it. So, what are we doing? Are we drone scouting? No, we're just checking for proxies. Maru's not above a good proxy. No good Terran player is. Any Terran player who's like, I never proxy, is just dumb. They're losing an arrow from their quiver, right? Their strategies are not as good because they're missing something that's excellent. Anyway, what do we got here? We have a Marine. Yes, we do have a Marine. So, well, stuff's going on in the production tab. This Marine's name is The Endless Game. Once upon a time, 2 players played a close game of StarCraft. However, they were so evenly matched that even when the map was mined out, neither was able to destroy the other. Their gripping stalemate went on for weeks, neither one willing to just quit and go eat or sleep. And finally, a solution was devised. The game's live data would be transmitted into a Reaper suit computer, where it could be destroyed once and for all. I mean, yes. If you want to destroy something in the StarCraft 2 universe, put it in a Reaper suit. I think that's the best way to do it, because this guy is not surviving the whole game. He's probably surviving now because he is, because Maru's controlling him. If Maru or Innovation, or like Bjorn, I mean, who... The 4 horsemen, right? The 4 Terrans, if they're controlling you as a Reaper, you gotta feel pretty good about your chances about surviving to the end of the game. It's not a guarantee, but it's way better than 99.999% of all other Terran players on Earth. Hey, look, that's our sub 3-minute CC coming up. That's a third from Maru, started at sub 3 minutes, because what can the Zerg do to punish it? Not much, if we're honest with ourselves. So, Reynor getting that 3rd base up. We're still too early to decide whether or not he's going to go for a 2.5 base Roach Ravager all in here, but I'm not feeling it. Like, he's making 5 drones at a time now. He's getting Overlord speed, which if you're planning on going for a big attack, scouting doesn't really matter, right? If you're gearing up for a huge attack on 2.5 bases and cutting economy to do it, it doesn't matter what Maru has. You need to go. If you end up scouting the fact that he has Banshees, it's too late. You pretty much have committed to it already. You've got to go. So that's good indication that we're seeing Reynor playing the more Serral style, the more defensive style that he's very good at. Obviously. Like, Reynor, good, amazing player. Viking in production, which would not help against a Roach Ravager attack. Also, Hellions, not going to help against a Roach Ravager attack. That said, there's no sign of a Roach Warren at this point. At 4 minutes, we would start seeing one if that was the case. So it's just not. It's just drones. It's Overlords in the production tab. It's Overlords going for scouts all over the place here, and actually getting picked off by the Viking. So sees the lack of third and 4th gas rather here for Maru, and says, okay, so it's not a mech play. Which, again, mech not good against Zergs. There was a hot minute there where mech was pretty good, and then it's pretty much dead at this point. And I wouldn't mind seeing it be made a little bit better. Like, not overpowered. I don't want mech to be stupid impossible for Zerg to deal with, but making it a little bit better so Terran actually has an option in this matchup would be nice. It's kind of, mech in general in StarCraft 2 is not in a very good place, which is not to say that mech units are non-viable. Cyclones, Hellions, Thors, tanks, all this stuff is good. It's just going straight mech is not amazing. I guess Cyclone mech or Cyclone race car mech still actually pretty viable against Zerg. It's not something you're going to see win at the super highest levels. So I don't know how I feel about it. There was a while Zergs were losing to it a lot, but they got it figured out, I think. And the answer is not Broodlords, that's for sure. What you want to do is fungal these guys, flank attack them, and destroy them. The whole reason Race Car Mech works with the Cyclones and the Hellions is because it's all fast and it can run away from stuff while shooting it. If you make it immobile, it dies real fast to pretty much everything. It's very squishy. Alright, so Maru's third base is up. We are not surprised by this at all, are we? No. Got the third and the fourth gases. 1-1 coming in for the bio because, of course, this is going to be barracks play. There's nothing else this can be. I guess it could be a battle cruiser opening. Or maybe like a silly Thor drop opening, but nah. It's none of that stuff. It's very standard play out of Maru. Very standard play out of Reynor. The problem is Reynor's taken 0 economic damage in the first 6 minutes of this game, which means he is on fire. He is not being slowed down. He's making 13 drones at a time because he can, because he has enough available larvae and cash to do it. And the Reaper died to Queens? Aw, and he was off creep. Ugh. All right, well, he survived 6.5 minutes, which is not bad. So 6.5 minute attack coming, but like, I don't see it, I guess. I don't see this working for Maru. There's no Widow Mines in here at all. He doesn't have 1-1 for his dudes. He just got scouted, right? Ooh, maybe that was a miss, but this Overlord will see it for sure because that's what the positioning of this Overlord is intended to do, is see this drop happening. Which means all the Lings are running as fast as their little Lings can take them over here, and they're going to jump on this before everybody unloads, and they do. Whew. And that's what the Overlord exists. That is his purpose, man. Sit here and let us know when medevacs are coming. And the Overlord says, that means, yes, sir, I will. Now, this one is a double Widow Mine Marine-style drop coming up the right side. This is where Zergs get in trouble. This is where Zergs die to multiple style drops all over the place, just killing stuff. While the Zerg player is trying to deal with one, there's another drop happening. Maybe just a traditional attack on the ground is happening, and suddenly your fifth base is toast. And yeah, I don't know we're saving it at all right now. Those are +1 Marines. And the Widow Mines do get some decent hits, and he gets the hatch. He forces the cancel, but the drone doesn't die, so it replants. It's not as bad as it could be. Not as bad as it could be for sure. Where are your Overseers? Here's one. Overseer coming over with speed. Again, these guys are playing so fast. Average APM 480 for Reynor, currently around 600 or 700. Maru playing at a more steady 300 or so, which is still stupidly fast for an entire game of StarCraft 2. So yeah, hatch canceled. That should show up on resources or in units lost, but it doesn't, which bothers me. It's a good thing, right? It's basically a hatch killed. Normally. Oh, Reynor's going Mutalisks. Alright, so you know how I have a list of players that I trust with Mutas? There are some players that go Mutalisks, and they play them like they are beautiful, delicate instruments, and they don't let them all die, right? Cyril's one of those players. Dark, one of those players. There's other players like Rogue and like Reynor who will just throw Mutalisks away like they're so much trash. Just do not give a care about them. Will not micro them well at all. They'll lose 50 Mutalisks. And sure, maybe they'll still win the game, right? I've seen Reynor win games where he's lost 50 mutas because his economy and his macro is so good. He's so focused on it that throwing away mutas is not as big of a deal. Reynor's a player that I've seen lose 50 Mutalisks and lose the game. So let's see where he is here today. Thor's in production, obviously. We see the Mutalisks. Without Thor's, it's not going to be as easy to win this game for sure. The splash damage, the anti-air splash is always key. And yeah, so the Great Wall of Supply Depots III is going to get temporarily knocked down. Not much else, though. I mean, a few supply depots die. Ah, Reynor decides to go for it, baby. Good thing there are some medevacs there, though the pickup is nice. The Widow Mine's connecting on stuff. Baneling's actually getting on top of these Hellbats pretty effectively, but too many Hellbats, too many Marines, and the medevac healing is really nice, too. Reynor pulls back. He recognizes the threat, and he's not willing to meet it. He is, however, getting a hive. He's getting a Hydralisk den because, I don't know, maybe some Lurkers would be cool. Maybe some Hydras would be cool. Hydras trade really well against Hellbats, especially if they have the range upgrade where they just pick them off from distance, and the Hellbats can't do anything about it. But yeah, just upgrades across the board for everybody right now. It is Reynor's at 200 supply, Maru's at 180. Income is favoring Reynor pretty heavily. That's not really a surprise considering how many drones have died in this game. The answer is none. I don't know, man. It's hard to win a game against an elite Zerg player like Reynor if you've killed 0 drones in the first 10 minutes. That's actually... too many connections there. I think if Maru had kited back a little bit, that turns into nobody dies situation and all the banelings are gone, which is exactly what you want if you're a Terran player. Oh boy. Alright, well, Spore Crawler, Spore Crawler. Whoa! Double Lurker Denage from Reynor. You can afford it, apparently. Yeah, Reynor is in control of this game. He just is. Double Lurker Den means that you can get double upgrades on those guys. Seismic Spines and Adaptive Talons. It's, oh my gosh, the Baneling Boss. The Planetary goes down. Only 7 SCVs die, but that's a big victory. Reynor's just up, man. He's just on top of things right now. He's going to be at... Another base is going to get canceled, which, not the worst thing in the world. He has another base coming on the left side, or tier 2, so he is on 6 bases. Tomorrow's 3. Right now, horrendous position for Sir Maru to be in at the moment. But again, hard to kill Maru is. I've seen him come back from worse positions. Don't turn that dial yet. Widowland's connecting a little bit there. No banelings hit, which is a problem. These queens actually out on their own, not what you want to do at all, and getting murdered. Still alive on the top side here, but lurkers are down, and yeah, that's where things get dicey. If you don't have a lot of marauders, you're going to have a bad time with that. So Maru pulls back. Does not get another base for his efforts, but again, canceling 1 and getting some good trades is not bad. The resources lost, 11,000, 12,000 for Reynor, as we have this happening up here. Which of Overlord Muta's going down here too. Golly. So 13,000 resources to 8,000 resources. Zerg player has lost more. How many mutas have died? 11? Was that all of your mutalisks? Almost. Alright, Reynor. Honestly, man. There's no reason for you to ever lose mutas. Unless you need them in a defensive position, there's nothing else you can do other than defend with mutas. They can disengage from everything except for Phoenix, I guess. Anyway. There's enough lings to actually save this hatch. No, the hatch goes down, but the lurkers are a problem. Oh, but they get picked up. There's one Hydra. The Hydra, as Falcon says, there's one of them. Yeah, man, Maru looking okay. He just straight up killed his first base of the day. This base is taking hits. Lurker trying to defend it as well. We have action all over the map right now. Maru is standing in, but gee, that's a lot of lurkers and banelings. Get on out. And he does. As he take a right, he does hang a right. He's going to go ahead and try to get on top of the main base. The Marines, can they kill this hatchery? The answer is, oh my gosh, yes, they got it. 2 Marines. Great victory for sure. Were you thinking? Yeah, there's lings and spores and all sorts of bad stuff. No dropping this close. Maru has a double expanded. He's managed to retake his 4th base. He's got a 5th base done now, too, upgrading that to a planetary. And keeping Reynor busy on this side of the map so that the planetary doesn't come under attack necessarily. That said, it appears to be under attack at this point. Okay, well, going after this base, sure. Higher risk, higher reward, absolutely. Banelings, 7 more SCVs go down. Yep, lurkers and zerglings taking down the planetary fortress. It is 189 to 167 supply. Ghosts are out. You hear that snipe sound coming in, and that's one great answer to the lurkers. So Maru ends up losing a base and 7 SCVs instead of losing a base and 0 SCVs, which, negligible difference here. Just random lurker run-by attempt. Oh no, it's a sabotage. It's an ambush here. Is what it is. Oh, yeah, we're 14 minutes in. We are not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. This is crazy. This is absolutely nuts. Good kiting here from Maru. Excellent job there. I mean, if you can't kite well as a Terran, you're not getting as far as Maru does ever in any tournament of any kind. And he can, so that's good. We have some Vipers in play too, loving that stuff. Reynor is retaking the Rich Vespine gas base. over here on the top side, and retaking this 9 o'clock base too. So his creep spread the minimum. His bases are connected by creep. They're not really pushing up on Maru's stuff. He has to engage off creep if he's going to do that. But that's so many Banelings. They decided to kind of go after the ghosts. Oh, they thought they could kill that Thor, but they couldn't. Are you kidding me right now? That Thor has 19 kills and 5 HP. He is very brave. Guess who's back at the Rich Vespian Geyser base? That's right, 3 Marauders. It's not even a huge army. There's more than 1 medevac per Marauder here, which is kind of crazy to talk about. Alright, so yes, the Lings, they are plentiful. They are continuing to come in. You gotta back out. Maybe bring more Marauders next time if you want to kill that hatch. This is good. This is living up to the billing, man. Again, I missed this live, so I'm really excited to be able to see it here today. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. It's one of my favorite parts of that track. I like me some good bass. No. Maru's like, maybe I can kill that hatchery now. Nope. Absolutely not. Viper's Blinding Cloud gets tossed down on the missile turret. EMPs get tossed down on the Vipers in Retribution. Big time attack rolling on in. Chasing those ghosts. They don't do bonus damage versus ghosts, but ghosts are pretty squishy nevertheless. 15 SCVs go down. The orbital lives because it can lift off, obviously. That's 15 SCVs down, man. We're looking at 25 SCVs killed to 3 drones, and this income tab is not friendly to Maru right now at all. Not even a tiny bit. Nukes in production, though. Oh, yeah. We're going to get some nukes. Speaking of nukes, if you love good ZVT, please go back and watch the top versus Little Nicky ZVT that I posted. It features a quadruple nuke. It features a Liberator that gets 130 plus kills. One Liberator with 130 kills. Okay, go check it out. Tell him Falcon sent you. Leave me a comment. Let me know that you came from the Reynor versus Maru game, okay? It was last Wednesday, so it's not that long ago. And if you were like, nah, it's not any players that I care about. You know what? It's not this top tier of ZVT, but it's really fun anyway, and it's really good ZVT. Okay, Banelings, again, I mean, this is just Reynor being like, remember when you nerfed the Baneling? Do I care about that? No. 16 more SCVs die. I don't... Maru's just unable to really get a 5th base up, or even 4th base for an extended period of time. He's lost 40 SCVs. The income is favoring Reynor through the roof right now. Resources lost is still favoring Maru like crazy. It's 40,000 resources lost for Reynor and 21,000 for Maru. It's double. So if there's one thing Maru can hang his hat on as maybe possibly winning this game, it's that. He's been incredibly cost efficient, and eventually if you keep making cost inefficient trades, Reynor, you're going to run out of cash, and Maru's going to win. That's the trick. If you're making cost inefficient trades, you kind of need to finish off the Terran player eventually. And if you don't, they're going to have a bigger bank than you do and keep making those trades, and you're going to have a bad time. But taking this base is nice. Like, that's actually huge for Reynor if he can do that. Lings running in. There's only 3 siege tanks here. And so many more SCVs are dying. The tanks are getting picked off. The Widow Mines are burrowing. That ghost dies. These tanks are dead. I don't know about this. On the other side, this base gets killed too. I mean, it's... Maru is just losing SCVs. Bleeding workers here. Again, Terran can survive this. If Terran late game has a ton of orbitals, which that is not currently the case, you can make up for the lack of SCVs. This is crazy, crazy pants stuff right now. Reynor is really looking good. Again, resources lost at this point, 42,000 and 25,000. So, Okay, Reynor maybe to get a better trade there than he was for the previous, 20 minutes of the game. Ling run by. You have fully upgraded cracklings. What else are you going to do with them, really, other than do run-bys onto your opponent's production and their economy and see what you can do? Meanwhile, that Thor gets wiped out by lurkers. Trying to push up here while simultaneously getting kind of wrecked by Lings on the other side is a questionable decision. I mean, we're looking at 63 SCVs getting killed here today. 63. Haha. 63. I combined languages there for a minute. French and Spanish. Woo! Fancy. Fancy Falcon mixing up his languages. Ah, we're back in. It's another hatch down. Okay. Reynor just abandons this entirely. He decides this base is fine. Maru's established this high ground, double Rich Vespine Geyser base. Again, Reynor's just Ling run-buying with wild abandon right now. Just kidding. It's not wild abandon because he did pull back there. He could have done that wildly, but decided not to. Yeah, so I mean, again, the longer the game goes on, the more bases are going to be mined out. This income has been favoring Reynor in... You can't do much better than this ways in this game. 13 Corruptors in production. Do we have a Greater Spire? The answer is yes. So the Corruptors are probably going to be Greater Spires, Broodlords. If I had to guess, +2 flyer attack. Working on Infestors too. Coming up this ramp seems ill-advised. Blinding Cloud tossed down, yes. The Corruptors are just Corruptors right now. They are not Broodlords at all, actually. Widowmine's getting some decent hits. At the same time, the Ghost coming from the south here with steady targeting has been good. Holy crap, been good. Oh, Hydra's getting one shot. Lurker's taking amazing amounts of damage. Basic attack for Ghost does not do well against Lurkers, but it will get the job done eventually. Yeah, Reynor having this base is kind of a huge deal. Reynor having this base is also kind of a huge deal. Like Maru, having 6 bases, and Reynor effectively being allowed to mine out 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bases is pretty darn good for the Zerg player. Resources lost check again. It's about 19,000 more for Reynor than for Maru. So those exchanges went in Maru's favor by doing just a little bit of basic math. We figured it out. Also, while I have you, are you enjoying the 4K? I've been casting in 4K because I realized, I was told actually by Somicron that I can cast in 4K. So if you're enjoying it, let me know in the comments. I'll toss you a heart for your feedback and thank you for it. Because they are bigger video files and it's a little bit more work for me. But if it's worth it for you guys, we'll keep the 4K rolling. How about that? It looks good when I'm casting it. So maybe that's enough. Maybe that's enough of an impetus. Forward Spores getting tossed down, and now we're going to Broodlord siege up this planetary until the day is done. Alright, this is looking really dire for Maru. He cannot lose his 6th base. He needs this one. He will be far too behind. Reynor in the main base throwing up a Nidus. Is there anything to defend against this? No. No, there is not at all. Maru pushing right side. Marines, Marauders. Zerglings on top of everything. Hydra's actually doing pretty well here. Steady targeting is a problem. What is even Nidusing? There's nothing in this Nidus Worm. Yep. Planetary goes down to the Broodlords. There's nothing to defend it at all. Maru barely holding on over here on the right side. He might actually be able to get another hatchery, and it looks like he will. What the heck just killed 29 drones? Was that a just thing? Yeah, do all these drones just die? Like, does a Widowmine catch? They're not running far away enough is the problem. Now they're trying. Ah, okay. Yep. So these guys just get chased down. They catch a bunch of tank fire. They're all dead. Okay, that was it. I was gonna, like, is there some kind of a weird run-by that I missed from Maru? But no. So Maru, again, not a giant army here, is going to possibly take down 2 more hatcheries. Which, crikey, I gotta say, this, oh yes, he gets the 2. So he's canceled 2 and he's killed 5. We're gonna give that a 7 hatcheries killed number. Resources lost are now 23,000 more for Reynor than they are for Maru. Maru reestablishing double Rich Vespine Geyser base again and killing 2 of Reynor's bases. His 2 newest sources of income. Retaking this one at the 9 o'clock base is going to help. But he needs more than that. He needs more income than that. Oh, it's a free Thor. Pick it up. Medivacs, get in here and save our friend. No, not happening. Thor down. That's the Thor's worst possible nemesis, is 40 fully upgraded lings running up to him when he has no support at all. Bad feelings all around. Siege tanks, pretty good against static defense. That's what they're intended for. Ghosts doing all right here too, suddenly. Is this okay? Killing this dude, Reynor. The Broodlords are here, so that's going to chase this away at least temporarily. But he has, how many Vikings does he have? It's a lot of Vikings, actually. We're looking at 16 Vikings. We're looking at 12 Ghosts. That's our anti-Broodlord army right now, are the Vikings and the Ghosts for the steady targeting. Are there any Queens here to heal up? I don't know. Is Reynor expand? He doesn't have the resources to expand over here. He's kind of doing it. He's kind of doing it with the 300 minerals that he spent when I wasn't looking. Shwa. Ooh, one-shotting the fungals, though. And the parasitic bomb! Yeah, the parasitic bomb fungal is so brutal. Oh, we're down to 10. We're down to 10 Vikings now. We had more, and they were healthier too, so that's not good. Income is down in Maru's favor magically deliciously right now. This is crazy out of Maru. Holy crap. Ooh, the Retrospine Geyser glow. It's my favorite visual in all of StarCraft. Hey, guys. Ooh, so nice. Wait. Ah, all right, well. Returned it. Army value even, which is not great for the Zerg player. They want to have a bigger... Okay, now it's smaller. With those lurkers dying and the... Reynor's new sources of income are death and destruction. That said, Maru's new sources of income are death and destruction as well. But he has this base mining kind of... Reynor's just getting units kind of picked off on the periphery here in ways that he really shouldn't, and it worries me a lot. 7 corruptors at a time are in production, but I don't know that he has the ground army to handle this. He's got 8 infestors, 15 lings. 15 lings and 8 infestors are his ground army right now. That doesn't seem enough. Does he have Neural Parasite? He somehow has not researched Neural Parasite, which I think is a mistake against Thor's, but if you're going Infestor anyway, right? Catching some SCVs transferring through a bit of a war zone. And Reynor trying to set up this base here at Rich Vespine Geyserville. Maru trying to expand right side. Zerglings say no temporarily, but enough army shows up to shoo that away. So, are we, crap. Hey, look, Neural Parasite. Reynor was like, Falcon, you're right. I should have that upgrade. And he is. Also getting Burrow, which is nice just for infestors to be a little bit less conspicuous and easy to kill. If you're into that. I mean, this base might be a decent target, but I mean, there's not a lot left. But at this stage of the game, anything you can get is going to be good. Neither of these players have a bank right now. 0% of these players have a bank. The Broodlords are recognizing, oh, Renor's not here, so sure, let's kill a factory. How many factories have we killed today? It's got to be at least 3. The answer is exactly 3. Okay, great. Nailed it. Good memory, Falcon. Ghost trying to sneak up. Oh, got an EMP. I think that missed. I think that missed on the Infestor. You got to have enhanced shockwaves, dude. Got to have the enhanced version of the EMP if you're going to do that. This is turning into an interesting match for sure. We're at 28 minutes, man. I didn't expect it to be this long. He's taking this high ground Rich Vespine Geyser base. So Reynor's got this one, which I think technically is Maru's. Well, I don't know. It's dicey who gets the Rich Vespine Geyser bases. It really is. Income back up into favor of Reynor for a bit. He's at 188 supply. Maru has remaxed himself. Oh, they tried to take down a Liberator and missed. Split against the Parasitic Bomb. The split is better this time. Vikings getting shots off on Broodlords. Maybe didn't kill them, but that counts for something. It's better than nothing, is what I always say. This is tight, man. This is really tight stuff. I'm not a huge fan of Broodlords versus Terran, but... Oh, there we go. EMP does catch a bunch of those infestors, though, and my gosh, we're going for it. Fungal getting tossed down on everything. The Vikings are trying to kite against the Corruptors as much as they can. Neural Parasite goes down temporarily, but I think the infestors all just got rocked. All just got rocked. What is left to defend these Broodlords? A handful of Corruptors that are taking big-time hits from Ghosts and from Thors on the ground. It's 156 to 115 total supply. Reynor's trying to remax on Zerglings right now. Maru trying to force his way up here, kill the Broodlords, and then worry about the Corruptors is exactly what he does. Corruptors getting wiped out, and GG! Maru comes out on top in 30 minutes and 10 seconds in an incredible, holy crap, ZVT match. That was something to behold there. Resources lost, end of the day, 30,000 resources. That's it. Maru was able to make good trade after good trade after good trade. Ended up losing 5 planetaries, a command center, versus 5 hatcheries down and 2 or 3 cancels on the other side of the map. 36 lurkers down, 11 infestors, 13 ghosts died. The army value was 149 for Maru. He never really used that nuke, did he? He had 10 ghosts, 3 tanks, 2 Vikings, and 5 Thors. I mean, that's a pretty decently beefy army. Reynor, just 97 minerals in the bank. He knew he wasn't going to get it done with 26 Zerglings, and he was right about that. Holy smokes. That was honestly an incredible ZVT. That lives up to the billing, man. The casters for that game were hype, and I cannot blame them for it. That was amazing stuff. And Terran gets a win over a Zerg on the channel. Nicely done, Maru. You still got it, man. You still got this. You are disgustingly good at StarCraft, and you will be for a very long time, it feels like. Reynor, up and coming, for sure. Maru, legend. All right, sweet. So that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void from the World Championship at Katowice. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.